If you knew morning wood, then you know why I feel blue. Without morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Pretty, 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 pretty morning wood. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you and I need you, morning wood. I love you.
Rise and shine. Happy Devil's Sunday. This is The Morning Woo, coming to you live from inside the bunker, undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. As the Devils are on a one-game winning streak right now, beating the Anaheim Ducks 4-1 yesterday at the Rock. Matinee game, and another matinee game today against the Vancouver Canucks. Ripping off a quote from Jenny Streeter of On SI. She said yesterday to me, it's not a Hughes Bowl, it's going to be a Hugh Bowl, as in Luke Hughes being the only Hughes brother playing in this game today at the Rock. 12:30 p.m. Eastern start. I should have left by now, but after seeing all that snow on the ground, I'm going to take my time to go to American Whiskey. We'll be there for Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. Devils taking on the Vancouver Canucks today. With all that snow out there, everybody drive safely. Seeing some of the, I'm a part of all these Facebook groups. The Route 80 Rant, the Route 78 Commiserator Club, and other fine Facebook groups getting some of the details, some of the roads being, now that the governor is in a lame duck session, Governor Murphy, as he's about to leave office, maybe he doesn't have to salt the roads or plow them anymore, I guess. Because I remember when the first snowstorm hit when he was governor, I actually was in Newark that day, and actually, coincidentally, I actually had lunch with Marty Brodeur, with Hugh Weber, and we were at Hobby's Deli, and Marty was telling us that up in Quebec, that I guess it's law that you must have snow tires in the winter in Montreal or in Quebec. So there's actually storage places that store your tires, your summer tires and your winter tires. And then we knew the storm was coming back, and that's when it took me 4 hours to get home from Newark. But yeah, that's just a little random story. Yeah, 4 pockets. Yeah, it's a quadruple header Sunday, Max. We got the Morning Woo going on right now, Game Day Live, Devils After Dark, and the Sunday edition of the Let's Go Devils podcast. Michael Hay says, GM have to clean snow first. Next, I will watch the Devils clean up a Vancouver rebuilding team. Well, let's hope they rinse and repeat. The performance yesterday, I mean, these kids, Angus Crookshank, I wouldn't say he's a kid, but Lamico, all these guys, Brant, they want to be here. And if you want to be with the New Jersey Devils, you got to change the mindset. Next man up. Listen to your coaches. Play great defensive hockey. Jake Allen, great goaltending. And, I'd like to see who's going to be starting today, because if it were up to me, it would be Jake Allen. You need the points right now. You can't squander today, because yesterday would have meant nothing. You got the rebuilding Vancouver Canucks coming in Prudential Center. You need to get these 2 points. 2 solid points, that is. From the Vancouver Canucks. Max says, let's turn back the clock on Palat. 3-point game for Palat today. Palat's done a lot. Still waiting for my Palat jersey. I got my Young Ho Koo New York Football Giants jersey in the mail. Now I'm wondering, where's my Palat jersey? Taking forever. Let's see here. Mike Rosenzweig, I'm hoping for a win today. Let's have this untested team throw up some excitement and grit. I would agree with you. Max did some reverse psychology yesterday. Randolph Redbeard, Devils, please get the win to help me feel better about delivering packages in this snow. Well, we love our folks that deliver packages in the snow. You know, Steve Engel, he works for the Postal Service. I bet you he delivers in the snow. Happy Devil Sunday to you, Maria. Nice meeting you yesterday. Oh, my goodness. I need to talk to your coffee guy, by the way, because people are asking me about these mugs, but we were going to do something with coffee. I'll have to talk to you later. Oh, my goodness. Hopefully you'll be at the game today. Mark Schaub. Let's see here. Palat is a pillar or pillar. Is Marky in that? We shall find out. They'll use the snow as a 2-week delay, Sam. Ha, 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 ha. Talking about stitches. Well, according to Shorts Guy, he said they're the best. So it's well worth the wait. But I hate waiting. That's the problem. And I know you, the fans. I mean, as soon as I get this Palat jersey, he's going to start doing well. And then you guys are all going to love him, and then he's going to be traded. Oh, my goodness, says, jerseys take forever to arrive when you never send them out, LOL. No, I sent it out beginning of November 1st, I believe. And it was paid in full instead of waiting, like, the money's there. Definitely deliveries in the snow. Devils deliver a win. Happy Devils Sunday to you, NY Davey. Mark Schwab's actually, why are the roads blocked yesterday? I guess filming a movie is more important than the New Jersey Devils, apparently. According to the city of Newark, they probably just got paid off with those nice permit fees. Mike Rossi, lucky y'all are getting good snowstorm. I get told to stay home for an inch of snow and laugh at my manager for telling me to stay at home. Dubzilla, morning all. Happy Devil Sunday to you, Dubzilla. Last night, or yesterday afternoon, we saw something that we hadn't seen in a while. Consistency. 60 minutes of hockey. I know Chico doesn't like that term, but no, they played pretty well for most of the game. I thought they came out stronger. Could have been a little bit better, but they came out strong. And the Devils can deliver a win today. Now we're talking. Winning solves everything. And then they go back on the road again. And we won't see the Devils to the 21st of December, which is a week from today. Always Something 17. It's been raining nonstop for 6 days in the UK. Apparently, the most rainfall since records began or whatever. That's saying a lot. Doesn't it always rain in the UK? Will the game start a little late? No, and they don't wait for anybody. Michael Hay. As long as the referees are there, they don't wait for anybody. Kind of reminds me of that game, that 334 club. But things are a lot different than they were back in the late 80s. More vehicles have four-wheel drive. You got better plowing. It's not even a bad snowstorm. It's just a little treacherous. What you have to watch out for are stupid drivers. It's not my skills in the snow are superior to most. I mean, as a kid, when I was like 15, 16 years old, I was already snow plowing. You know, the family driveway, but, you know, I actually learned driving on the snow. That's how I learned. You know, now you have traction control systems. You've got all sorts of stuff. But you have to drive carefully out there. Just because your car or truck, whatever, is four-wheel drive, it's still icy out there. But I'd rather drive through snow than black ice. Any day. Actually, snow's not that bad. Dubzilla says, great win yesterday. All four lines really moved well. Defense played sound hockey. Still need everyone back, but pray people for another solid game today. Have to be consistent. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wimpy, morning crew. Wimpy, are you going to be at the game today? I got to deliver those Rangers Suck fortune cookies to you. I was there yesterday, but nobody knew I was there yesterday for whatever reason. Just a little miscommunication, but it happens. Dubzilla said, you sound like me, Sam, talking about snow driving. My pop took me out starting at 12 to make sure I could handle it. Oh, yeah, my dad, let me tell you my dad, all right? He wasn't messing around, okay? So finally, eventually I got my permit. And where's the first place I had to go to with my permit? I had to go to lacrosse camp. And I believe lacrosse camp was at Montclair State University. And I had to drive on like 80 and Route 46 in bumper to bumper rush hour traffic to get there. That was like my first like real ride with my dad. You get on Route 80, as a 16-year-old driver. I'm in a Jeep Cherokee, 4.0 liter, 6-cylinder, was select-to-track, four-wheel drive, but it was the summertime. And I had, for 6 weeks, when I was like going to camp, I had to drive through that traffic. And people cut you off and all that. Like, my dad threw me right in there. And I actually, visiting colleges, my dad had me driving at 16. I don't know if we were allowed to go over state lines, but hey, nobody was saying anything. I had to go to Connecticut. And then I remember driving through New York City to Shea Stadium as a 16-year-old with a permit with my dad in the Jeep. Yeah, that's how I learned driving. And one thing I learned, you can only control what you control. And then I also learned this in the defensive driving class, which I had to take because I had a little bit of a speeding problem as a young buck. And I remember the guy telling us, that driver that's like, riding up against you, let him pass. Because karma will get them in the end, and usually 5 miles down the road, you see them wrapped around a telephone pole. and that driver's dangerous, get away from him. And I still practice that kind of mentality when I drive. I just let them kill themselves. Just don't involve me. But, Route 80, oh, boy, I could tell you, I had a driver fell asleep at the wheel right in front of me as, okay, I'm going to pass. I'm going to go in the passing lane. Fella went from the center lane to the left lane, crashed into the guardrail, woke up. He was able to save it. He was in a Yukon. I was in a pickup truck, and it was just. But my dash cam is very revealing. But anyway, Mark's like, do you like NASCAR? It sucks. Formula One is the real deal. I completely agree with you, Mark Schwab. Formula One, I like, the Le Mans, 24 hours out in France. Also in Sebring, I think they have an endurance race as well. I think that's pretty cool. But Audi kind of ruined it all a little bit because then they had the interchangeable parts. It's like, that's not durability. Just because you can swap an engine in like 3 minutes. Durability to me is the same engine going for 24 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I also had a friend in high school that was a professional race car driver. I don't think he did Indy, but the Indy series. What's the other one? I forgot. Kart? Was it Kart back? I don't remember. Somehow we're talking about racing. I do like rally racing, though. Watching that. Those souped up Subarus going like 90 miles an hour in the woods somewhere. Yeah, Audi is trash, says Corbin. Yeah, I find that I'm probably going to alienate Audi drivers that are Devils fans. But I find like a lot of Audi drivers are just like, I don't know, new money and the most pissed off drivers. That's what I notice. I don't know. Mark Schwab likes rally. Yeah, I like rally. It's good stuff. But yeah, so just reading here some of the comments. I don't know how we're getting to the topic of driving, but I'm going to be rally racing to Newark to Prudential Center. Frank the Tank is expecting me there. At least all my equipment's set up. But I'm just wondering. I wonder if we should have an outdoor podcast with all this snow. I don't know if it's even snowing in Newark yet. Can't Control Life says, I want a Dodge Ram, but not relevant at all. Don't need it for work purpose. Just want a truck once. I've heard they have a lot of problems, though. They look cool, but they have a lot of problems. Anyway, let's see here. Randolph Redbeard, please tell me Jake Allen is goaltending today. I hope so. Jake the Snake Allen. Yeah, so anyway, just stopping in, saying hello, talking a little Devils hockey. Actually, talking nothing about Devils hockey. But I'm wondering if the Hughes family is going to be visiting today. This was supposed to be Hughes Bowl, but it's really Hugh Bowl. Max says Toyota Tacoma with our friend David Decker. I'm a Tundra guy. I need that V8 power. Tacomas are great. Don't get me wrong. But I have to have a Tundra. But now they have these twin turbo 4-cell. Again, this is all because of this fuel saving, whatever legislation 10 years ago. So all these car companies are coming out with this I'm not sold on it. And the General Woo, my Jeep Grand Cherokee, gotta hope for it lives forever because I don't like any of the cars out there, to be honest with you. right now. Yeah, the mid-90s Grand Cherokee. Yeah, so I but I had a 96 I had a 96 Cherokee, two-door. That's my first car. And I love that Jeep. Oh my goodness, I love that Jeep. And then around 2003, my dad says, son, you're not going to be driving that car anymore. I'm like, why not? I'm giving your mom's Grand Cherokee. It was a 94 Grand Cherokee. V8, 5.2 liter. I was like, really? You know, nice leather seats, custom sunroof, amazing system in there. I was like, all right. I should have never given it up. My dad ruined that Jeep. That Jeep was awesome. I had hella lights on there. You know, you blind people that, you know, are jerks to you on the road. Oh, it was great. Illegal, but it was great. And anyway, so I had a 94 Jeep Grand Cherokee in 2003. And you know what happened? The Devils won the Cup. Right now, I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Can't go wrong with the Jeep. Although, again, the Jeeps now, I'm not so sure about it. Dubzilla says, I've had 3 Jeeps with the 318 8-cylinder that got over 300,000 miles and a Ram that was over 400K before I gave it away. Mopar, baby. Yeah, but now it's Stellantis. I'm talking about Stellantis Dodges and Jeeps. Like, I'm not so sure. You know, Fiat wasn't too bad when they took over. Yeah, 94 was a great year. Make it that 1995. 94, I would like to forget that one game that the Devils had in 94. Mark Schwa says, do you know Dinner for One? That is very famous in Switzerland. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. Wow, we're getting into car talk here on the Morning Woo. Chrysler is horrible. No, I mean, my Jeep has 346,000 miles on it. I'm due for a new car, but I just don't want to. Who wants a car payment? I'd rather be doing something else with that money. All right, can't control life. When they beat the Senators first round and Brewer got caught cheating with his wife. No. They beat the Senators in the third round. Okay? That whole thing about Brodeur and that whole thing back in 2003, all of us knew that was going on like a couple years prior. It wasn't like any new news. It only came out because the Canadian media really wanted a Canadian team to beat the Devils because the Devils were, branded as boring and bad for hockey. So all that dirty laundry came out in 2003 because they were trying to get under Brodeur's skin and throw him off his game, and Brodeur had the last laugh. Unfortunately, the NHL wrongfully did not give him the Conn Smythe in 2003. It should have been at least shared. But come on, how many shutouts did Marty Brodeur have in that playoff run? Under that adversity from the nasty Canadian media. But you can thank, and Wimpy was there, I believe. You can thank the nasty Canadian media of 2003 because that's part of the reason why we have the Let's Go Devils podcast. Now you're probably wondering, Sam Wu, what the hell are you talking about? Well, years ago, in 2003, during that playoff run, the media would come to the parking lot, interview fans. The TV crews would go there. And there were two things that really bothered me in 2003. The Ottawa Sun and the New York Times. The Ottawa Sun reported an incident happening in the parking lot, which I was a witness to. And they wrote this article, which was completely a lie, about Devils fans. They actually turned it political. But it was actually the Ottawa Senator fans that were making it political when they arrived to the arena, which the newspaper did not mention. And it had something to do with the Iraq War that started in 2003. And a lot of these Ottawa Senator fans were just using that as ammunition. So, of course, Devils fans are chanting 51st state, all that kind of stuff. You've got SARS, all that kind of stuff. It was ugly, but whatever. And then the cops were, the Jersey troopers had to come in because these Canadian fans or Ottawa Senator fans were acting like victims, but they were the ones that started it. We were all peacefully, tailgating. And I took exception to that article in the Ottawa Sun that just completely, it wasn't even misinterpretation, but they basically threw Devils fans under the bus, but it was the Ottawa Senator fans that came out of a bus and just started giving us the finger, the bird, and really letting us have it, but we did nothing. And what do you think people from Jersey is just going to back down? And my buddy Hans actually threw a donut at one of the Senator fans, and the Jersey Trooper told him not to do that because they were saying anti-American stuff. That's what happened. And the Ottawa Sun, I don't know. They said something completely different. But again, I'm going back 25 years ago. My memory may be a little bit off. So that really made me mad. And then the New York Times in the Stanley Cup Finals were interviewing all these fans. And, they were asking questions and all that kind of stuff. And, and we thought we had a good rapport with that New York Times reporter. And, we were like, we're saying good things about the team and all that. And then the Sunday edition of the New York Times, that stupid reporter trashed every single Devils fan, calling us lazy, calling us morons practically, calling us like derelicts. And I got mad. I was in my early 20s, and I said, one day, I'll get my voice out there. And what is now the Let's Go Devils podcast. So, it was, and then, in 2007, those same Ottawa Senator fans came back. They came back. And they beat the Devils in that playoff series in 2007. But that was the last game at the Meadowlands. And Whippy, I have you on tape. We were yelling at the Redcoats. But all those Ottawa Senator fans who remember 2003 when they were coming out, Devils fans killed them with kindness and said, "Hey, congratulations, beat the Islanders." I think they were playing the Islanders the next round. Were they playing there? I don't remember who they were playing. But I remember we were all shaking their hands. Hey, great series. And they were just stunned that we killed them with kindness. But we definitely didn't kill the Ushers with kindness. Oh, yeah. There was a love-hate relationship with the NJSCA back in those days. If anybody remembers. Anyway. Oh. Well, that's my story, but I just didn't like how the media portrayed Devils fans as being jerks when, again, we're always provoked. But anyway. Want to thank all those tuning in to this podcast. I'm going to head out to Prudential Center in the Jeep. Everybody drive carefully. Devils taking on the Vancouver Canucks. And hopefully you listen to this random fine programming called The Morning Woo. We're 1-0 when I take the New Jersey State flag to the game. I brought it yesterday. Moose and I were holding it up. Have it on my X account at Primetime Sam Woo. But yeah, I'm going to salute you, the Devils fans. We're going to win one today, hopefully. That's right. And nobody knew what that flag was. People didn't realize it was the flag of the state of New Jersey, but I will educate you today. If I have to dress like a cookie, I'll do it. Thank you. Yes, Maria, bring it every game. Dubzilla, let's go Devils. Peace out, guys. Let's go Devils, says Selected Boy. Beat the Canucks. I like to say something else, but it's a bad word about the Canucks. Michael, let's go Devils. That's right. And also, subscribe. Our YouTube channel, at Let's Go Devils. Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram, at Let's Go Devils Podcast. And on X, at Let's Go Devils Pod. Thank you. Till next time, this is the Morning Woo. Let's go Devils.
Morning